Yeah, for sure.
Lord, I hope she don't come over here judging me today. But she was just so nice and so sweet and so open. I was shocked.
Appreciate that they have given me a lot of entertainment over this quarantine time.
You know, get me talking about no.
He gets out like, oh shoot, and I'm like, Raven, jump over to the front seat and drive.
I would tell people, don't rush to enter into business with your friend unless you are absolutely at peace and sure that they have that level of integrity.
I felt like when I first started in my job that if I didn't like the way you handle things at work, then I didn't want to mess with you outside of work, because I felt like, you know, that was a priority to me, that was important to me. And if you didn't have that same level of understanding or value, then we couldn't rock with each other.
Make sure that you actually know the people that you are calling friend and that you are doing business with. I think that there is nothing better than doing business with your friends if you have friends that have the same morals and standards and beliefs.
I started to feel like Juana wasn't taking it seriously, and or I don't even want to say not taking the job seriously. There were points where he would do things that I wouldn't do. I also feel that there were other dynamics at play that contributed to the way I felt or thought about Juana. I let other people tell me what I should think or feel because they were higher up in the company. And after a while, I started to realize that one, our friendship was more important, and two, that I couldn't allow outside influences to determine how I felt about a friend or how I felt about anyone that I was working with.
I was working 10, 12-hour shifts, 5 days a week.
If you want to bring this up, yes, and I love that please continue to talk about how much you work. It wasn't even worth a phone call.
It's not like I was missing the bachelorette. I wasn't missing the bridal shower. I wasn't missing the wedding. This was an engagement party. I just started my new job. I'm fucking tired out, like going crazy. And now I'm on a train on my way to work. Can't even do my paparazzi job because I'm crying because you're making me feel bad because I can't come to the engagement party.
We had so many experiences outside of work that work stuff I wasn't even thinking about, which I think made our friendship better. For sure.
Yeah. I mean, if you would have reacted the way I would have reacted, we probably would have been friends.
We don't get to hang out as much as we used to, of course, not nearly as much. And we can kind of do it in pockets, but it's very challenging when someone organizes something because of our schedules and our families and the endeavors that we are part of right now. It's hard to get everybody together.
Guys don't like their women to have an intimate relationship with another man.
That's true.
Getting Jen to stand up to people early on. Jen gives everyone a lot of grace. So I'm the friend where I'm like, I see things coming from a mile away.
We are definitely different social creatures, right? I like to get up super early, like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. I like to go to sleep early, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. I don't like to go out late at night. I don't like to go to parties.
Is seeing her get very close with other people. She had the nerve to get a matching tattoo like that says to infinity and beyond with one of those like newer friends she was referencing. And that really got to me because, I mean, they've been friends for a long time, but right around the time that they had become friends, they had gotten this tattoo. Like, it was very quick. And that hurt my feelings. And it's hard when you're so used to being around each other all the time and with each other all the time, and then you see that they get other friends. So that's difficult only in the way of like, I hope I still remain important.
one of my most memorable moments was riding in the car with Ronnie. And the reason why I highlighted this moment is because to me, it just speaks to her character. But we were riding in the car in our old neighborhood, and there was this woman on the street that looked like she was hurt. And Ronnie was like, pull over, let's pray for her, let's talk to her. And so Ronnie took the time to get to know this woman's story and just was boo-hooing, snotting, crying and everything. And we stopped and prayed for her. And I think the woman, if I remember correctly, she was a prostitute, she was on drugs. And that moment stuck out to me because it's not the Ronnie that people see online, but that is the character of who she is.
So my girlfriends hit me up, our friend group, and was like, hey, we're gonna throw a surprise party for Juana. And I was like, cool, I'm down. Okay, what restaurant? Cool. So I got off work early. I ran across the street and I grabbed 30 balloons, 15 in this hand, 15 in this hand. I piled them in the back of my Mustang. I drove over to the restaurant. Meanwhile, I get a call from the homegirl like, why are you going over there? Just go pick him up and bring him to the restaurant. I was like, no, I'm trying to do the special thing for him to let him know how much he means to us, And so I go and I take the stuff to the restaurant, and they're like, the hostess keeps me from going upstairs, like, hey, okay, we'll just take it up there. And well, I know I was supposed to pick Juana up, but Juana picked me up. And we posted at the house for a second, chit-chatted. He was really there for me during that tough time with just friendship and guidance. And so we, then we hop in the car and I'm like, I really don't feel like celebrating, but we about to do something for your birthday. And we walk in and everybody goes, surprise. And, I think I'm in on the surprise with Juana. And, he looks at me and like, it's for you. This is your birthday party. And I'm like, what? And it was on Juana's birthday. So Juana gave up his birthday to celebrate mine because he knew how hard of a time I was going through. It was a really sucky time. So that just meant a lot that somebody cared enough to be that selfless and to, and knows I like to have a good time, and I damn sure did. I still look at the pictures today and remember. What I don't remember is the hard time. What I remember is the love and support that I had in my life. And that's more valuable than anything in the world.
The Players Club. And it was nothing like the movie. Okay. So she's like, we want to go to the strip club. Me and my college friends, we going. And I'm just like, okay. Are they going to ID me? Because I was still a senior.
Yeah, you were a minor.
I was still a senior. So I was probably like 16 years old. I was not 17 yet. And
driving 8 hours.
Yeah, doing a bunch of things I should not have been doing. So we go into this club, and the first moment that I go in, I see yeah. Okay, sorry. The moment I go into this club, I see a little person in front of me on top of, it was like these cubes. Wasn't it cubes?
And it was men. It was a man.
It was a man beside
it was a men's strip club.
On the next cube. And then on the other side of me to the right, it's just a view. And it's so hot. It's so small.
That's all I was thinking about.
It's so hot. It's so small. And we walk in like we're going through like a party. And I'm like, we slowly walk back out. And I'm just like, yeah, we gotta go. Like, he was like,
he was like gyrating and shaking. He was like touching all over himself. And then I just remember my friend Kayla was just like, and she was from Baltimore too. She's like, he hot. Like, that's all I remember. He was like, I don't like this. And I'm just like, this is crazy. I love it.
I was 19 and I decided to transition over. I had to go to my guys and tell them, hey man, listen, I done had a heart change. I'm turning and I want to go this way, right? So I did that. I knew I was living in an environment where that's what we did. So I was just letting them know, it's some things that I don't want to do anymore. So I told them that, and real, I'll never forget this. It makes my wife crack up the day when I told her. Real did just like this. like put his hand together like that, and was like, "Come on, B, just give me 6 more months, man." I'll never forget. I just made a decision one time, man. You know, I'm gonna smoke this weed. You know what I'm saying? I know what I say. I know what I'm trying to do, but I'm gonna do it. And Real said 3 words, and it just stuck with me. He was kind of like irritated. His lip turned up. And the same dude that had just asked me weeks earlier, or maybe months earlier, "Come on, man, let's cut up for 6 more months together," looked at me as I was about to partake, and he said, "Come on, B." And I didn't even imitate it right now like it came off to me, but it was so much power in those words, because what I heard was, "Man, B, I got love for you. Whichever way you gonna go that way. And put your foot on the gas and don't turn back. So if you're gonna do it, do it. Don't be confused. Don't confuse us. Don't confuse people. Set your way and walk on it." And I'll never forget those 2 moments. So that's my memorable moment.
Raven would just always let me know that I had everything that I needed, and not to be so focused on what people are saying about me and all those things, because it doesn't matter. And I think that advice was huge, because if you focus so much on what other people think about you and their opinions, that can really hold you back from really, meeting your full potential. And that's something that it wasn't like a one-time advice thing. This is something that she's pretty much worked on me with for years.
The advice B gave me early on in our friendship, when he said, "Just embrace who you are." And I think that was so critical, because I kind of shared the history of, up until that point, it was like I didn't really have a group of folks I could say, these are my friends. So it's like people knew me for what I could do in terms on the field and what I could do in the classroom. And those were the things that made them gravitate toward me, not for who I was as a person. So when B was like, "Look, man, just be who you are. And if folks don't rock with you and they can't embrace you for that, hey, forget them."
Just the most valuable thing that she has really instilled in me is to be more patient and to take time for me and take care of myself, and knowing that it's okay to turn it off and take a break.
Best advice JT has given me was to just be more free and have more fun and relax a little bit.
For Lamont, overall, just through the years, he's always encouraged me to do all that you can do in the natural to the best of your ability, and then believe God for the rest.
I have a way of always wanting to help people. I feel like even like in my past relationships, I've always wanted to do and be that girlfriend that always went over the top, even if that drained me mentally and emotionally. And you've always just told me like what it is that I deserve. And like you said, because also I went to school for social work, so you'd be like, "No, like these are not your clients. These are like, you're not a therapist. Like, no, these are not it. It's not your job to have to do that and take care of their mental. They get it, they don't."
There will be certain times where I would be afraid to speak and to share, and Ronnie would just constantly encourage me and let me know that I have it. Because I used to say business wasn't my area, and it absolutely is one of the gifts that God has given me, but I didn't see it. Ronnie saw it and would pull it out, push it out of me where I was in fear. Ronnie helped me to get out of my box. I wanted to remain in this narrow box of just someone that is only focused on ministry. And I think that is a great thing, but there's other layers to me. And Ronnie always helped to push that out of me and help me to be more comfortable in my skin.